To Good Morning Vail, Eric Minishred has stopped by the studio. He's the educator located on Wall Street in Vail at Craniologie. And he brought a range of products, which really just goes to show what you guys have in the store. You have a real range of helmets, goggles. We talked earlier on the program before you got here that you guys also have GoPros, and you guys are kind of like GoPro experts.
Pretty much everything cool that you can nerd out on we have in the store.
So let's talk about these great helmets, because they're all slightly different, a little bit of different aesthetic with each one.
Yeah.
And so you've got an Oakley down here and different vent patterns on these?
Yeah, totally. So the kind of overarching, the unifying fact about all these helmets is that they're a dual density shell. So that means all of them have two different hardnesses of plastic on them, which helps to create not only a helmet that maintains an overall lightweight feel, but also has harder plastic in areas where you could potentially hit your head harder to give you a little bit more protection.
And so is that the way the technology has moved since helmets were really first introduced to snow sports? You know, probably heavy in the beginning, and now we've gone lighter but better protection? Yeah.
It's kind of done that. You tracked it out nicely. So back in the day, all helmets were sort of similar to the Vantage in that, so this top section is their hard shell portion, but all helmets were like that. And then we kind of shifted to where all the helmets were these lightweight injection molded helmets, which is the lower part of the Vantage, or like the green part here. The downside to that is it's a really, really thin layer of plastic wrapping the foam that protects your head.
Right.
So really prone to cosmetic denting, or if you're bouncing off of trees just very lightly, you'll get big scratches or slight cosmetic dents in it.
Okay.
So now we've gotten to the point where the brands have sort of combined both of the technologies to create a helmet that's a little less prone to cosmetic denting, but also still maintains a very lightweight aesthetic. It's good stuff.
Can you talk a moment about MIPS and how significant that is? And do all of these helmets have that system?
Yep, they absolutely do. All of the helmets have MIPS. I'd say about 95% of our helmets have that. So I'm just going to peel this liner back here so we can all see this. So MIPS sort of works with your body. It mimics a natural defense mechanism that your body has to potentially help reduce concussions. So inside your skull, your brain sort of lives in a layer of viscous fluid.
Yes.
So upon impact, your brain can rotate slightly. MIPS, instead of fluid inside the helmet, is a little plastic sheath attached to the helmet utilizing rubber bands. So upon impact, that adds rotational force. So rotational force hopefully reduces the effect of hard impact.
Okay, we got to talk about the lollipops over there, because they're super cool, and everybody's going to want to know about these.
So these little guys, these are outdoor tech chips. They're Bluetooth speakers, but they're not just speakers. They're an amazing communication device. So they fit inside of all of these helmets, essentially all but two brands in the store you can fit these in. And they act as a walkie-talkie as well. So you download the Outdoor Tech app, you get a group of friends in there, and when you press the buttons on the side, it interrupts their music and you can just talk to them. So if you've got kids in ski school or homies out in blue sky, you can always stay in touch with them.
Yeah, you can tell them where to meet for lunch, where to break at the end of the day, where to meet up to go down to run together. Well, you also brought some goggles, and these are really great goggles for, I think you said, for anti-fogging.
That's correct. So these are Smith goggles. Smith's brand was built on anti-fogging. It was a couple doctors that rode Park City and noticed their windows fogging that were single pane. So they added dual pane to their goggles to help reduce fogging. They're the only ones that you can kind of wipe on the inside when they're wet to clean out, and it won't destroy the anti-fog, because the anti-fog is just permanently on the goggles. So really cool feature. They work great with the Vantage. Good stuff.
Eric, thank you so much for stopping by. Great things, located on Wall Street in Vail, and you guys are open every day.
Every day, all the time.
Great. Stay tuned. Coming up, we've got your weather and more Good Morning Vail coming your way.